Harrisburg, South Dakota is definitely growing fast, but here's what they don't tell you. It's not about all of the buildings. It's actually about the people behind the buildings. So today we're going to do a little community check-in with some of our best local businesses and ask them why they started their businesses here in Harrisburg, South Dakota, what they love about our community, and give you a little sneak peek into all of the things that they have to offer. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Julie Roth, a local realtor and interior designer, and I help families buy and sell all over the Sioux Falls community. But Harrisburg, where I live, truly has my heart. So today, let's go check out some of these awesome businesses. We are here in the Sugar Palace by Emily, one of my favorite local sweets joints. And Emily, how long ago did you start your awesome business here in Harrisburg?
Well, if you'll see these cute balloons here, last week was our golden birthday on February 3rd. We turned 3.
So tell me, why did you choose to start your business here 3 years ago in Harrisburg?
Because we are tigers. We moved here in 2009, and my kids have gone to school here their whole lives, and they're still in school here. And there wasn't any other place that we wanted to go. We wanted to come here because of the nice small town feel and to be the hometown bakery that we didn't have yet.
So what is your favorite part about what you do here with the Harrisburg community?
That I just get to bake happiness.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
Who are your most frequent customers? Who are your favorites that come in?
Oh, I have my families. I
Yeah.
have my favorite families, yeah.
Okay. Do they come in and get the same thing every time, or is it something different every time?
I have regulars that I know to just bag up what they're having. As soon as I see them pull in, I know to get their order ready. And I have my regulars that their order always changes because they like to switch it up and try different things. But I have my families and my customers that we've grown very close to that have become friends
Yeah.
instead of just customers.
So what are some of your favorite things about being here in the Harrisburg community? What have you seen over the last 3 years?
Oh, just the sense of community is so great here. All the parades that happen and the things that happen like the trick-or-treat events and the extravaganza events. I mean, the community really comes out for those, which is so fun.
So what is something you'd like to see happen with the Harrisburg community businesses? What's something that you're hoping for in the next couple of years here?
Just to keep growing.
Yeah.
But to keep that small town feel at the same time
Sure.
would be very unique, and to keep that because that's what makes Harrisburg special is because of small town feel.
Well, I'm definitely getting myself a sweet treat on my way out of here, but thanks for the interview today.
Thank you so much.
So we're here with my dentist, Dr. Sean at Neighborhood Dental here in Harrisburg. And Dr. Sean, how long have you been a member of the Harrisburg community?
My wife and I moved here about 11 years ago when she was pregnant with my son, Jake. And she decided she didn't want to live in Minneapolis and raise a child there. And she wanted something that was more small town feel.
Well, we aren't quite a small town anymore. We've grown a little bit since then.
Certainly have.
So you decided to grow your business here. When did that start? What year?
Yep, it was back in 2015. I remember because my son was born 2 weeks later
Oh,
after moving here. And my family and I have been here for over a decade now, coming up on 11 years. And my kids go to school here. My wife works in the school district. And we've just really planted some deep roots.
what is one of your favorite things about the Harrisburg community and what keeps you here?
I think my favorite thing about the community of Harrisburg is even though we're in such close proximity to Sioux Falls, it still maintains that small town feel, even though we are on a rocket for growth.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to go into the different stores and have everybody kind of realize who you are, and you realize who they are, but everybody just maintains such a cool small town feel. It's awesome.
I think so too. Honestly, I've been surprised we've been able to maintain it even though we've been growing insane.
Absolutely.
What is one thing that you would like to see happen in Harrisburg over the next maybe couple of years, 5 years down the road?
Well, as part of the different leadership organizations within Harrisburg, I'm kind of privy to some information just on the growth of Harrisburg, and I am excited for the things to come. The businesses that are on their way here, we're under good leadership now, and just seeing that growth. And things for me personally is just the influx of businesses here into Harrisburg and just the effect that that has on the sense of community and just for the people to stay within the community and really support local. I think that's awesome.
Well, we've definitely had our bumps along the road with road closures and things like that. Any other changes or things you want to see for Harrisburg?
The only thing that I really want to see a little bit of a change in is just the sense of understanding and acceptance of change. I think as we move forward in our growth, we're going to see that certain concessions need to happen in order for us to actually grow and develop into an actual town and not a bedroom community. And I think that takes a lot of self reflection and willingness to grow.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for your time. I swear that these interviews are not scripted, but if you were paying attention, you probably heard the same themes over and over again. The Harrisburg community is such a welcoming environment for new businesses, for new people coming to town. And you probably heard we have great community events. We have a welcoming small town vibe, and we are growing, but we're still maintaining some of that charm. So, if you're looking for a small community like this is the one you have to check out. I'm here with Caitlin Tilghman in the Tillman's Academy of Music, a great addition to our Harrisburg community. And I have a soft spot for music because I love music, singing. I was in band at one point. But we're so excited to have you here in our community. So, how long have you been a part of the Harrisburg community?
Well, we've been here for 4 years, but in this building in Harrisburg, we've been here for 2 years.
That's awesome. So, what actually brought you to Harrisburg? Because I know you're not from here originally, right?
Yeah, so we actually had a shop before and a location before out in San Diego, but we were looking for something that was a little bit more family oriented, a community space, and we kind of looked up Harrisburg and saw that this was the place for families. And as a business owner, we're family owned. Me and my husband own it, and so we have a big family. We have 4 kids ourselves, so we say we're a family business for the families, and there's no better place to raise a family than Harrisburg.
So, you just like Googled it, and Harrisburg was one of the communities that came up?
Yeah, I did some research and watched some YouTube videos too on travel, and I looked up some reports, and South Dakota was rated the friendliest state to live in. So I thought, well, that sounds good.
So tell us a little bit about your business, like what you do. You said you're for the kids and the families. So
Yeah, so we actually offer music lessons and classes for all ages. We have homeschool programs. We have students from ages 3 to 85 years old right now. I've even had a student that was 93.
that's
So
awesome.
music works really well for therapy as well. It's very therapeutic. So we have a lot of range of different types of students. We do, like I said, private lessons, but group classes. And we also have a retail section as well where we sell gear for a band, orchestra, guitars, anything that you might need music related.
That's awesome. This is my first time kind of coming in here and checking it out, and it's such a cool space. What are some of the things that are your favorite about our Harrisburg community?
I really love that it's just so family oriented. And I believe there's actually more kids in this community than adults, which
So true.
Which is really nice because, we're a big family and we like seeing all the families and connecting. And wherever we go, we see our students. And it's just nice to have that small community where you get to be a part of it on that social level, but also just having all those students grow and seeing families come up and their siblings come up and start lessons as well has been really nice.
That's awesome. What are some of the challenges that you've seen in the community or maybe you're facing as a business owner here?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is growth at the moment is just finding a space to grow. Our goal is eventually to grow not just in music, but have a community art center where we have arts and other activities too. We used to have an art teacher and we want to bring that back as well, but having the space and the facility to do that. And also, of course, the wonderful staff and teachers. We're always hiring and looking for more individuals who want to work with us.
That's awesome. So I guess if you are a music person, anything else that you want to share about your experience moving to Harrisburg, being a part of the community?
Just that it's the best community that I've ever lived in. I love that, like I said, we know each other and you go out, you see people you know everywhere you go. And even though we're growing so quickly and expanding so much here in Harrisburg, you still get that feeling that it's a small town community where everyone really cares about each other here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And yeah, come check out her space. It's awesome. We are here at the Dapper Dog here in Harrisburg, which is where I take my dog, Odie, to get groomed, and he loves it here. So I want to hear from you, Dinesh. Why did you decide to be a part of the Harrisburg community with your business? I know you just opened a new, bigger location. So you're doubling down. Tell us why Harrisburg.
My family and I moved here about 11 years ago, and I had 2 dogs at the time and was looking for a groomer, and there wasn't one. And so I had this kind of crazy idea to start one myself. And so that entailed me getting educated and training for this job. And here we are, 10 and a half years later.
10 and a half years is a long time. You've definitely seen a lot of growth and change in Harrisburg. What are some of the favorite things about the community and what we've seen happen over the last 10 years?
When I moved here, there was 2 gas stations, and that was it. So it's been really great to have the 2 grocery stores join us, Ace Hardware, some of these other businesses, food places are really kind of a hot commodity in town.
Absolutely. What are some of your favorite places to go in Harrisburg?
Serenity Nail Spa, go see Fawn and all of her girls, love it there. We are super excited for the Breaking Burrito restaurant to open, but we try to frequent their food trucks when they're set up. I love the Fairway and the Hy-Vee. Of course, Fresh Horses is always a favorite. We try to grab takeout or stop in there at least once a week. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many great businesses that have come to town since I've moved here.
Yeah. For a small town, we have surely grown. So tell us a little bit about all the things that you do here at the Dapper Dog.
Well, we started this business and just offered dog grooming services, but now we've expanded into a doggy daycare program. We just hired a trainer this year, so we have dog training here as well. We do in-home pet sitting, so rather than board your dog at a kennel, they get to stay in the comfort of your own home, and we pop in several times a day to feed them, let them out potty, take care of them, provide,
I know that.
so that's another thing that we do. And we also have an event space, and we actually hold a beer and wine permit, so we can actually have fun events with beverages included. So yeah.
Stay tuned for an event that I hold here. What are some of the things that you wish might be different about Harrisburg? Or can you think of maybe a couple of things, maybe your challenges for a business owner?
I think the challenge sometimes is if you don't live here, trying to attract people from outside of Harrisburg, from the Sioux Falls area to come in. With us being a service-based business, we haven't struggled with that as much, but some of the other businesses that are like more retail based, I feel like unless you live here, people might not know about you, so it's harder to keep like a retail situation going unless the people of Harrisburg kind of frequent that. And so that I think has been a challenge. For me, like in my family, we don't really ever have to leave Harrisburg. We go to school here. I work here. My doctors are here. My dentist is here. What I'd love to have more of is restaurants, because that's one of the only reasons, once we've kind of hit up our favorite spots here, if we're looking for something else, then we would go into Sioux Falls for that. But I think with like Breaking Burrito opening, they're going to be offering breakfast on the weekends. That's going to offer, another place for us to frequent. And I feel like with more of that coming, I don't really know that there's ever going to be a need for me to leave town. So
You heard it here first. She's never leaving Harrisburg. Anything else you want people to know about our community, your business?
I love this community because it is so close to, Sioux Falls with all the conveniences that they offer. But Harrisburg still kind of keeps some of that small town charm with like the homecoming parades and things like that. It really allows the businesses to get involved with the community and the people that live here. And I just really love being a part of that.
Well, we love having you too.
you.
Thanks so much for talking with me today. Well, I'm here with Ashley with Vitalis Wellness and Movement. This is their new space, and this time of year, people really need some of the amazing products that you guys have, because I know I just got over being sick. So, tell us a little bit about Vitalis and when you guys got started.
Yeah, so we got to Harrisburg in September of 2023, and then we moved in this space September of 2024. We were just kind of ready to expand, kind of ready to offer the community more. We find that health is something that is on the horizon, and traditional medicine doesn't always meet the needs of the patient. And just a lot of those that are coming in saying, I'm tired of being told everything's normal, but I don't feel normal. So that's what really kind of drove everything and headed us.
Awesome. And you told me just now, what does Vitalis mean?
Yes.
Because that's really cool.
The meaning of Vitalis is actually life-giving. So that's kind of the intent of the business, is to give your life back, whether that's through giving you the energy that you need to get through day-to-day things, whether that's your brain and cognition, like getting your memory back so you don't walk into the kitchen 5 times and forget why you're there,
Been
or
there.
if that's through like acute or chronic pain, like through the physical therapy side. Those types of things can be very debilitating, can really make or break your function in life in general. So just being able to move, being not necessarily pain free. Sometimes that's unrealistic, but like
Right.
reducing your pain and then just getting your health at optimal, like whether we're optimizing thyroids, whether we're focusing on weight loss, whether we're just generalized, like I want to be the best version of myself. And how can we do that?
That's awesome. So, why Harrisburg? Why did you pick the Harrisburg community for, starting your business?
Yeah, so when we had originally lived in Rapid City, and we were both ready to move home back closer to our family with our young kids. And we knew we wanted a small town community, more that family feel. Um, all of our patients are patients, not a number. Like we want to get to know them, we want to feel small in community. And then we just felt like in a smaller community, you can get more involved with things. Like we're always in like the homecoming parades, we're, supporting or donating like to the library and just giving away, little gift baskets. Like we just did a donation to like Paul's Dance Studio, like little things like that. Like you can get more involved in the community in a smaller community like this and more of that family feel versus like being in, directly in Sioux Falls or something like that. You kind of just get engulfed. And we had looked at Harrisburg, Brandon, Del Rapids, and just kind of after driving around looking for spaces available, kind of just the feel of the community, looking at the growth spectrums, all that type of stuff. We just kinda had a soft spot,
Yeah.
in our heart for Harrisburg.
Easy to fall in love with our
Yeah,
community.
it is.
I know you guys have gotten even more involved in the community since being here. What are some of your favorite things, about being a part of the community besides what you've already kind of touched on?
Yeah, so, I'd say the biggest thing that we've been involved in, is, like, just kind of the Harrisburg events, like, we always do the Harrisburg Days, like, the booths and stuff like that, so it's
Mhm.
just great to, like, see the community out and about,
Yeah.
like, the Christmas, little booths that they do. We love the trunk or treat, like, that one is just a
So fun.
personal favorite, and, we always have our kids here handing out candy and
Yeah.
stuff too, so then they get to see all the costumes, and you just can tell, like, it's that small town feel,
Yeah.
but yet we're still, like, have access to, like, big city stuff, like, so just
For sure.
yeah, having kinda that blend and what everybody kinda just likes to see, I guess. It's like the perfect mixture, like, it's not too small, but it's not too big.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you think we maintain like the small town charm, even though we've grown immensely? I mean, you haven't seen the growth from start to finish, maybe, but like obviously we're growing like crazy.
I think community events, like, there's always something going on, like,
Yeah.
throughout the community that you can go to,
Hmm.
um, with obviously, like, the Harrisburg Days and that type of stuff, but there's just I don't know, I think there's always activities going on, and
Yeah,
that just helps keep the community involved and out and about so
for
that we're
sure.
not getting, like, divided or anything with,
Yeah,
or, like, traveling anywhere else for it, like, I think keeping also small local businesses present so that people don't have to go elsewhere
for
is
sure.
really important too.
Yeah. What have been some of the most exciting things that have happened since like you guys have started your space and gotten here?
Really the expansion has been we were nervous to
Yeah.
like because we weren't really being only 1 year in our first spot and like first year of business is kind of like a usually most people are like, okay, if you made it through the first year, like that's a win. And we're like,
Yeah,
okay, at year one, we're literally expanding. Like, are we ready for this? Like,
for sure.
this is scary. But it was one of those things where we're like, well, if it's meant to be, our offer will get accepted and it'll happen. And it did. So then just getting over here and just kind of watching the influx, we're like, okay, maybe we didn't realize how much that we were being held back
Yeah.
by the limited space. So we've really, just in the last year, we've grown quite a bit.
That's awesome.
Um,
Are they mostly are your clientele mostly local to Harrisburg? Do you have people that travel here? What have you found?
a little bit of a mixture. I will say, like, for the physical therapy side, it's a lot of, like, locals,
Sure.
that people just would rather not have to go into town or go anywhere else. Like, I'd rather drive a couple blocks than have to go anywhere else.
Sure. That makes sense.
For me, I have quite a few that travel.
Really? Okay.
Like, actually, patient today, was here from Stillwater, so 5 hours.
Okay.
That's my furthest one. That's probably my record at this point.
That is a long ways to drive.
Yes, and they have family local, so
Sure.
they're here
Makes sense.
visiting, so it's not like they just, Googled and ended up here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've had people from there. I have patients in Iowa. I have patients in Minnesota that all travel here, out by Pier. Yeah, so I have kind of a mixture. I mean, I
Yeah.
see quite a bit. I get a lot we pull quite a bit from Brandon, actually, in East Side Sioux Falls, which is
Okay.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Um,
There isn't probably an option up that direction.
yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, we're definitely starting to see more like functional
Sure.
based clinics,
Yeah.
around the area.
Yeah.
Um,
5 years ago, it wasn't really a thing.
no, not at all. They're definitely sprouting up. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I have a pretty good variety. I definitely get a lot like people drive through and like, oh, I saw a window or a sign in the window.
For sure.
So that pulls, some locals for sure, and just like handing out stuff at the parades and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But overall,
For someone who's thinking about maybe making a move to the Harrisburg community, do you have any advice or, thoughts on that?
I mean, really the biggest thing for us, like how we got to meet people and get involved with stuff was really through the chamber. So I'm like, just follow those events. That's how I met you. So the chamber has been like really big for us with meeting people, just a lot of support from other businesses.
Yeah,
I just kind of felt like we got welcomed with open arms, which was really great.
for sure.
So just kind of, you gotta check the events, check the schedule, and just get out there and do stuff. Cause, and it doesn't always feel like it's marketing, like when we could bring our kids and go to these events, but then you meet somebody and it's like, oh, hey, or
Yeah. Yeah, it all kind of happens more naturally in those types of environments where you meet and mingle and find commonalities and
it
all
doesn't
that fun
feel
stuff.
forced.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
kind of natural. There's plenty of events and stuff going on. You just go out, do it, and meet people.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you want us to know about you, your business, or the Harrisburg community?
Just yeah, whatever we can do to support you locally, like trying to keep business local, trying to keep business offline.
Yeah.
We care a lot more about your business than probably a lot of the big corporates do.
Mhm.
And that you are a family member to us, not just a
Oh,
patient. And
that's sweet.
yeah. It's like I wouldn't ever recommend or do something that I wouldn't do to like one of my parents or
Sure.
siblings or anything like that. Like I just take everything pretty serious and to heart. So
That's awesome. Well, if you have aches and pains or you need some holistic treatments, facials, all the things I learned about today, come check them out. Gosh, that was such a fun day frequenting some of my favorite businesses around the Harrisburg community. If you don't live here yet, hopefully this gave you some insight as to why Harrisburg is so special. And if you already live here, you already know that. Comment below if you want me to check out any other businesses or which ones were your favorite from today. And I'll see you in the next video.